What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Sistas on BET. This is season 5, episode 7, you guys. Episode is titled Ego Trip. So, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or the video on the channel, and you guys aren't yet subscribed to the channel, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Sistas, shall we? All right, guys, so this episode, we open up where we left off last week with Fatima showing up to Karen's home, right? And Karen is asking her, why are you here? Karen, girl, shut up. So I'm gonna have the same gripe with Sistas that I had with the Oval this week. How I told you guys how with the Oval, those scenes were just way too long. Same thing with Sistas. The scenes were just a little too long for me. So I'm gonna try to shorten them up as best as I can, but we're gonna get through it, right? So Fatima's asking, like, basically what's going on. And so Ms. Lisa explains to Fatima that she wanted both Zach and Aaron there so that way Karen could read to them these letters, right? Because she found out about Karen's situation, and and they keep talking about the fact that Karen is stressed out. And I'm like, Karen is stressing herself out. Aaron is stressing her. Zach ain't bothering Karen. Zach ain't thought about Karen. So why do y'all keep trying to put this on Zach? Like, I don't understand why we keep trying to put this on Zach when Zach is really trying to avoid Karen. But it is Karen who is going out of her way to show up to the house and talk to Zach. Like, I'm really annoyed with the fact that they keep making it like Zach is stressing her out. It's not Zach. It is Karen herself, and it is Aaron. So, Karen starts reading her letter to Zach, and I was like, well, damn. Because, I mean, I'm not even going to go into detail about what was in her letter. I'm just going to sum it up to say that it was nothing but negativity in that letter about Zach, right? And I get it. In the beginning, we got to go back to what, season 1 and 2. Zach was a fuck up, right? Zach was cheating on Karen. Zach, I mean, even with this new girl that's coming to the picture, obviously Zach was sleeping with her when he was with Karen. So Zach wasn't doing anything. And I get Karen's frustration about who Zach was. And sometimes we can see with Zach wants to do better and wants to be better, right? But when you constantly have somebody knocking you down, telling you ain't shit, you can't do this, you can't do that, a person sometimes start to listen to that and take it to heart. So I can understand Karen's frustration, and I can also, because Zach got pissed off as well during this situation. Like, damn, you're not even mentioning none of the good stuff, and you're not even talking about the fact that I always told you I hated that I couldn't do anything for you. So, and it's crazy because Karen still is in love with Zach, and she still wants this baby to be Zach's. And I'm just like, I'm hella confused. You are upset with Zach. You are talking, you saying all the most negative things about Zach. And then you want this baby to be his, and you're still in love with him. I just want Karen to make that make sense to me, because it doesn't. Like, again, how many times did Zach cheat on Karen? And Karen took him back. So he wasn't, it couldn't have been that bad, right? Because you never really left. And Karen, are you forgetting the fact that, you recently accused Zach of doing something that he didn't do? You accused him of stealing that money from you, and we still don't know who really stole that money from Karen. All we know was it was a woman, but we don't know who. I don't think we ever found out who the woman was that stole the money from Karen. But okay. So yeah, like, Karen was just frustrating me in this particular scene, right? So after she read her letter, Aaron's fool ass gonna sit over there and say, well, Karen, I'm so glad that you wrote that letter. I know that you're still in love with Zach, but I'm going to be here for you. I was like, Aaron, I know people I know people say simp about certain men, but in this particular instance, Aaron is not just a simp, he's a dumbass. Karen literally told you she doesn't love you. She's still in love with Zach. Granted, if that baby is Aaron's, I'm all here for Aaron being there for Karen and the baby. But what is he gonna do if that baby, God forbid, that baby turns out to be Zach's, right? Aaron gives me the type that he's gonna be there like a sad little puppy dog. It's just, I'm tired of Aaron. I really am. I like Aaron, but I'm tired of the way that Tyler is writing his character. I get that he's a man of God, but never mind. I was about to say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. So Fatima wanted to say something to Karen, right? So before she left, she told Karen, she was like, Karen, I told you before that if this baby is Zach's, no harm will come to your child from me. And then she says to Karen, also, when it comes to you and Zach, I need for you to know that that's over. Like, Zach is not with you anymore. He's with me. And I know in Fatima, which I still have not finished those last 3 episodes, that they got engaged, right? So then she also makes mention to Karen, like, puts Karen on notice that this is going to be the last time that you will ever call me a bitch. And mom was like, you called her a bitch? And they were like, yep. She was like, Karen. And Karen got pissed off. Mama, whose side are you on? And Ms. Lisa was like, I'm on the side of right. And if you called her a bitch, you owe her an apology. So Karen got pissed off and told everybody to get out of her house. With pleasure, Karen. With pleasure. So Karen went to her room, and Fatima said to Ms. Lisa, she was like, Ms. Lisa, if you can talk to Karen, maybe we can figure this situation out. Like, tell Karen to count back, her last period, count back 10 days, and then she said something else. I was like, Fatima, I wouldn't even thought about that, but she said she can even get a sonogram. But the thing with the sonogram is, we all know that Karen is at this point, like 4 to 5 weeks pregnant. So she slept with both of them around the same time. So it's anybody's guess whose baby this is. Lord forbid that Tyler Perry don't go the way that I think he's gonna go. Oh, I hope he don't go the way I think he's gonna go. So if you guys watch the soap opera Days of Our Lives, so there's this it's this character, her name is Sammy Brady. Girl, look at Flavor Flav at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, looking a whole fool. Look a mess. So yeah, if I'm thinking because it's given very much Days of Our Lives. So the character, her name is Sammy. So she was married to who was she married to? I think she was married to Lucas. Yep, she was married to Lucas, but she got trapped in a snowstorm. She got trapped in a snowstorm with EJ. EJRAPE did her, and Sammy ended up getting pregnant. She got pregnant with twins, and she didn't know who the father of the twins were. And the way that they wrote the storyline, the twins both have different fathers. So one twin is the one that, took advantage of her. That is Johnny. Yep, Johnny is EJ's son, and Allie is Lucas's daughter. So if Tyler goes that I'm thinking we could go that route at some point where Karen might be pregnant with twins, and both of the men are the father of said babies. Zach might be the father to one, Aaron might be the father to another. I'm hoping we don't get there, but hey, that's what it's looking like. But let's pause here and move forward. You guys, I really could have done without this scene with Gary and Hayden. It really was irksome to me, and it was too long of a scene. So Gary and Hayden are at the bar. They are talking about, actually, Hayden is still lying about Fatima being all on him. I'm like, dude, if Fatima was once on you, why is she with Zach, and why are you the one that's doing all the stuff to Zach? Who does that make sense to? Even Gary's like, I don't believe that. So then Hayden tells Gary that when it comes to what's his name, Robin, that he heard that Robin, he's fronting. And Gary says to Hayden, like, be careful with that one, because he's very smart. I was like, oh no, let him do whatever he gonna do to get himself out of the company, get himself off the show. I ain't trying to take nobody's paycheck, but baby, Hayden got to go. So then they talk about Andy, and he's talking about the fact that Andy was afraid when they said that they were gonna sue her, and Gary was like, no, she wasn't because she wanted to see me. So then Hayden is talking about she's playing him. Then they make a bet about if he calls Andy, will she tell him to come over? So he calls Andy, telling Andy he wants to see her. Andy's bird ass says, yes, come over, Gary. But she hesitated at first. I gotta work, Gary, so I can't be up all night. But then she caved. I'm like, oh my God, Andy, you are such a bird. A bird. Like, a bird is a word. Jesus, girl. You're getting to my nerves. So that's that. So then we move over to this other. When I told you guys this episode wasn't much and it irritated me. The next thing that irritated me was this scene with Calvin and Q. So Calvin got home. Q has a house full of people there, right? Mind you, the people there are taking some of Maurice's things. Tyler, question. When the hell are we going to see Maurice? We are 7 episodes in and we have yet to see Maurice. We haven't saw Sabrina since the first episode. When are we going to see Maurice and Sabrina? More specifically, Maurice. Y'all know I love me some Maurice. I miss Maurice and his jokes for Sabrina with the way she dresses. Now, here's something that I just learned this week, you guys. Because I was wondering about Novi. I know in the first episode that she said that those were faux locks. I didn't realize that those weren't real. I didn't realize. I thought she was just saying that because Sabrina probably wears faux locks. But Novi was wearing faux locks because I went to Novi's Instagram page and I saw that Novi has different hairstyles. I was like, well, I be damn. For the longest time before I started following before I started following KJ on Instagram, I always thought that was KJ's real hair. And then I went on her Instagram. And then before I saw her on Power and just saw her on I saw her on Instagram, I was like, well, I be hot diggity dog damn. Whoever did the women's wigs on Sistas doing a good job. Semi. Because I hate Karen's wig. I absolutely hate Karen's wig. But at the same time I can't stand Karen. So yeah, when Q got home, Calvin got home. This is where I was kind of confused. Are these crackheads that are stealing? Because one girl is literally walking out the house with the microwave. I was like, girl, what are you gonna do with the microwave? You ain't got one at your house? Okay. So Calvin and Q got into it. I really honestly don't care about this scene. It was just pointless. If we're not gonna do something with, like, how is Q gonna pay to have it? Like, if Calvin doesn't pay the rent, I'm confused. I really don't. You know what? I put in my notes that this don't make any sense to me, and it doesn't make any sense to me, so we're gonna move on because I just don't understand where this storyline is going. I literally have no idea where this storyline is going, but let's pause here and move forward. All right, guys, so next up we see Fatima and Zach, right? So they got home and they were in bed and they're talking. So, Zach asked Fatima, like, why did you come over there? And she said she came because, she was talking to doing it by Madam, right? And he says, well, do you believe the stuff that Karen was saying? She says, I do believe the stuff that Karen was saying, but I know you, Zach. And I love the way that Fatima broke it down for Zach. It's like, you probably didn't mean to be that guy to Karen. Yes, you cheated on her. You probably didn't mean to be that person, but you were that person for her, right? And she's like, I understand where Karen's coming from because he was like, and she's talking about, I gave her $75,000. And Fatima was like, that doesn't matter, Zach. She didn't do those things for you expecting anything in return. She did that because she was invested in you just like I'm invested in you and you're invested in me. So she wanted you to, well, I don't know if Karen wanted Zach to be better or not, but I understood what she was, I understand her. I did all of this, I was there for you when you didn't have anything. And then you go and get with her and she's reaping all the benefits of what I had old broke busted Zach that was cheating on me. Fatima gets Zach with money that loves her and is not cheating on her. So I definitely understand where Karen is coming from. Again, Karen is very bitter, but I get where Karen is coming from. So then Zach asked her about the dates and stuff like that. She's like, Zach, if I didn't know the dates, I'd be pregnant by you how many times, right? So then we move over and we see Karen and her mom. They're talking, right? So Karen is telling Lisa how she feels good, and then Lisa was like, "Yeah, Karen, I've been there before, right?" And she tells her what she's done, right? So then Lisa says, Fatima seems cool, and Karen says, "Yes, she is." That's what Karen hates about it, is the fact that Fatima's so cool, because the vitriol and the venom that Karen has for Fatima, she wishes she was a bitch, but she's not a bitch, and she knows she needs to apologize to Fatima. And you better do that, Karen. You and your wayward ass wig better apologize to her. So let's pause here and wrap up the episode, you guys. So this is where the episode got hella interesting, and this is where the triggering part came in. So we see Danny. So Danny is having sex with, now somebody left it in the comments and said his name is Jonah. His name is Asshole for now. So Jonah and her are having sex. I'm really upset with Danny for doing this, right? I'm mad that Danny took this guy to her place so he knows where she lives. And that's what bothers me about why, I don't know why Tyler writes this way. Because that's not, I'm not finna sit here. No, 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 no. If you literally just met this man, so you're not coming to my house. I'm not going to your house. We can go get a hotel room, but I still want to sleep with him because he was just too corny. And then when the man ejaculated as she touched him, that would have been it for me. I would have been like, you know what? Nope, gotta go. So she got up and went to the bathroom and called Andy up, right? So Andy was like, I thought you had a company. She says, girl, worst mistake ever. She says, if there was an award for the world's smallest dick, he would be in first place. So not Danny, but Andy is telling Danny, call Preston, girl. I'm like, exactly, girl, call him. And tell him what? That you don't want him to get married. Shit, hell. Start there. Start there. But Danny doesn't want to do it. Danny is too prideful. And I get Danny says she want to have a hot girl summer. Girl, when you have a hot girl summer, you better have hot girl summer boundaries too. Because what happened next pissed me off. So Danny told, not Danny, but Gary came over. So Andy said, Gary's here. So Andy's talking to Gary, asking Gary, why did you change your mind? Because before you were so repulsed at the thought of having sex with me. He said he realized he was wrong and he got over a bull fucking shit. So Gary went to take a shower, and when he went to go take a shower, Andy found some paperwork in his jacket. Don't know what the paperwork was, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I was about to say, bitch, am I recording? Because I was looking at this like I ain't recording. That would have been, I would have been so pissed if I was talking this whole entire time and wasn't recording. So then we moved back over to Danny. Oh, Danny, girl. When you got back in that room, and when he told you to come here sexy, you should have told him, nah, I'm good. I think we should call it a night. But nope, she went and jumped on top of it. She went and let him, oh God, poor Danny. This really did piss me off. So she told him no eventually. Then he called her a bitch. Then she went and said, at first she said it wasn't him, it was her. But then she said, you know what, fuck it. Your dick is if you had 3 more inches, maybe you could fuck me. I was like, oh my God, Danny. And then he reared back and slapped Danny. I was like, oh my God. I did not see that come. Well, yes, I did. I figured it was gonna come. I figured it was gonna come. I just knew that he was too good to. Well, I didn't trust him. But hey, that's the episode, you guys. Please let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, you guys, have a happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you guys for Hot Topics. That'll be up tomorrow. And I have a big announcement that I want to tell you. I have some really, really good news that I want to tell you guys in Hot Topics tomorrow. So I hope I'll see you guys then for that. And if I don't see you guys in Hot Topics, I'll probably post it on the community tab as well. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.